since the first few seconds that I know that I'm better, but I knew that I had the things in me to win the fight. So I was in no rush, and I knew that as the bout goes on, I will win the fight.
LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. And guys, I got Minna Grusander, okay? She's here. Right here, full in the flesh, guys. Man, me and her, we've been waiting to do this interview for about a week now, and we finally doing it. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Yes, it's morning, 9 a.m. over here.
9 a.m. Well, okay, well, that's the best part of the morning. I'm talking to a person from Finland. This is exciting. Yes. This is exciting. Okay, well, Minna, you just got out of, okay, listen. You just got out of your last fight at Invicta Fighting Championships 28.
Yes.
Is it true that you had to lose, what, more than 20 pounds in a short time?
No, I don't know where they got it. I had some problems with my diet and with my weight cut. So I had to cut a little bit more than I was supposed to, but everything went well still. So no, it didn't cut down from over 130 or what they were talking about. I don't know.
How are these people going to explain this? How are these people going to explain it? They just said the wrong thing. Man, they had me thinking that you was in there.
It's true. It's
lies,
true.
lies. Hey, you know, you went into that fight. And I'm going to tell you, I was telling, and I always watch these fights with some of my friends. And I said, I think this girl from Finland's going to win the fight. No, she's not doing anything. I'm like, I think the Finland girl is going to win the fight. I promise y'all. And you won the fight. So can you explain, do you consider yourself a slow starter?
Well, actually, I don't consider myself a slow starter, but I really started slow on that fight. I don't know why. I just said after the fight that there was so many good fights before my fight. Mm-hmm. So I pretty much got into them. And I was as a fan watching the event when I was supposed to be preparing for my fight. So actually it's Invicta's fault for having such a great card in the whole event.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, I had a slow start. Not going to happen again.
But your fight was a great fight. On a great card.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you fought against Fernanda Barros, okay? You fought against her.
Yes.
Yeah, so how much did you know about your opponent going into this fight?
Actually, not much. I didn't really see any of her fights. I saw the previous one, which was nearly 2 years ago. So it doesn't really tell anything. In 2 years, you can develop a lot. So actually, I didn't know much. I knew that she might be coming on me pretty hard like she did, but I really didn't know anything about her.
Wow. But Minna, you stay so confident during the fight. She was trying to get her offense off. She came at you strong, and you just remained confident. Can you just take us back through the fight?
Yeah, I remained pretty calm when she was coming. I don't know what happened. Even though I had the slow start, I really felt since the first few seconds that I know that I'm better. I realized that I'm huge compared to her, and I knew that I will be able to use my reach advantage. And I knew that I felt that I was slow in the start, but I knew that I had the things in me to win the fight. So I was in no rush. And I knew that as the bout goes on, I will win the fight.
Yeah, I was getting worried because, and thanks to you, you made me 75 American dollars. Thanks to you, by the way. Yeah, I got my 75 American dollars. And, the other guy that was here watching with me, he still owes me another $50. So, hey, if you're watching this video, you better give me my money, But, yeah, I was worried 'cause I'm like, oh, man, she's taking some really good shots early in the fight. And I'm like, wow, okay. But then as the fight progressed, I saw you just weather the storm. I saw you kept pressing forward, and then you just kept, submitting your offense. And next thing I know, you had it on the ground. I mean, so was that like the game plan that you set out to do?
I didn't know. Actually, I didn't have any game plan when I came into the fight because I knew nothing about her. So I noticed I had to go with my strengths. And okay, it might have been my game plan. I don't know.
Wow. I'm gonna tell you though, one of the most exciting fights that I saw you fight. You fought against an Asian named Suri Kondo. I saw you fighting her, and I watched a few of your fight, and I didn't realize who it was when I was watching you on Invicta. But you kind of had like a similar game plan. You just remained so patient, and then you started getting your offense together. Your offense, everything just started coming together. It just seems like you seem like you're down in a fight, and then everything just seems to just, I don't know, you turn into some kind of thing that can just adapt, and then you just make adjustments. Like I don't know, how are you so good at making these adjustments?
I have always been stayed calm in the bout. I don't have any bad nerves. I'm not stressed about the fight. So I don't know where it comes from, but it's been like since the first bout that I ever had that I just kept calm during the bout.
Now, do you normally fight at atomweight, or was that just the weight that you decided to fight at for this fight, or I mean, is that the
Yes, I've always known that atomweight is my weight to fight. But I just haven't had any atomweight bouts before this one.
I think after this, when they see this, they might be afraid to get in the octagon with you. They might, because they just don't know. Like you're very unpredictable. You're extremely unpredictable. So I think it's hard. I think you're a tough fight for anybody. Now, do you think?
And you haven't really seen anything yet.
I haven't.
No, you haven't. I will surprise you in the next bout.
I want to be completely surprised. I don't even want to know, because if you tell me right now, I'm not going to enjoy winning more money. I'm just playing. But yeah, I was impressed. Especially with your jab. You keeping a nice jab in Barrios' face. He was keeping that jab, and the jab. It was really hard for her to deal with the jab that you kept putting on her. You was putting a lot of pressure on her too. I'm like, wow, man, you turned this fight around completely. So
yeah, as soon as I got my slow start, when I got over my slow start, I really don't like that slow start that I have. But thankfully, I got it. I got over the slow start when we went to the second round. And
wow. So who do you want to fight next? I'm curious.
I don't know. I'm ready to challenge any other weight girls in Invicta, or who they want to bring to Invicta. I'm ready to challenge anyone at atomweight.
Okay, Shannon Knapp, let's go. She says she'll fight anybody, Shannon. She'll fight anybody, anytime. You just got to make the fight, Shannon.
Yeah. Now that I made my way to the atomweight division, I'm ready to challenge anybody at atomweight.
I believe you. I completely believe you. I don't think you tell a lie. I mean, you look like a very honest person. I mean, yeah.
I am an honest person.
Yeah, you smile. I love it. I love it. I love all this energy, this positive energy. Are you always this positive?
You can ask my coach, and they may disagree. But yes,
okay,
I am.
Yeah. I mean, I really feel the vibes. I can sense that the energy coming from you is extremely good. And maybe that's why you're what? You're 7-1 right now, right?
6-1.
6-1.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good record. That's a pretty decent record. So now,
let's make it even better.
Right. So let me ask you: do you think the UFC is going to create an atomweight division when they, get a whiff of you and look at all this great stuff you're doing and this charisma that you got?
I don't know. They were just like yesterday or a few days ago or something. There was just, again, some rumors about ladies atomweight division in UFC. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm happy with Invicta. I think that they are doing great job for women MMA. And I told it back in 2015 when I won the World Championships in amateur MMA that I want to fight for Invicta. And now I had been there once. The whole experience was pretty much what I thought it would be. They take great care of their fighters, and I'm really happy to fight with Invicta. And I don't know what happens with the UFC adding that on weight division or not.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, you're definitely not waiting because, you're Invicta, you took Invicta by storm. I like Invicta because I cover the women, and they showcase a lot of up-and-coming talent like yourself. And, and they putting you guys in some very, very tough fights. And I think you guys can fight with anybody in the world. I mean, it was a lot of good fights that night. But, I particularly took an interest in this fight because I actually, I just saw, just what you did and how you managed to just turn it around. And, you definitely made a believe. Well, I already believed anyway because I saw as soon as you walked out and you started your opening stance, I was like, yeah, your posture, you got a lot of confidence and you showed a lot of positivity. Like, you're very positive. So, and even when, looked like you wasn't going to, do well in the fight, you were in the corner and you listened, like in your corner. You listened to your corner very well. Like, could you tell us, what were they telling you in between rounds during that fight?
I can't remember what happened during the fight.
Oh, dear God.
I think we were talking about the reach, using the reach advantage, and I think I didn't really have my card up as well as it should have been. So they were reminding me to keep my hands up a bit higher, and I think I can't remember. I was in my fighting zone.
Shame on you. You can't remember what you're. Wow, this is not real. Wow, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for that.
But I have a great corner. It's great to watch the bout myself. Of course, they're speaking Finnish. You cannot understand what they're telling me, but I can hear so clearly on the video of the bout that what my corner is telling me, and they are awesome.
Now, who is your main coach? Because
I have two coaches. They are equal for me. I have Aleksi Kainulainen and Sami Sapko.
What's special about them?
What's special about them? They understand me. They gotta put up with me.
Oh no!
It's great. Aleksi has been there since the day one, since I got my first bout in amateur MMA, and Sami continue with us a year after that. So we've pretty much grown together.
Wow. Okay. So y'all like family then, one big happy family.
Yeah, not one big happy family, but yeah, we've grown together in this MMA thing, and it's awesome.
So every fighter, they struggle with something, during training. Every fighter does.
Yeah.
What is your main struggle during training camps? Because training camps are tough.
My struggle in training is the training. I said to you that ask my coach if I'm this happy always, and they will say no. So I'm pretty hard on myself when training. And right now, now I have some makeup on because I'm totally covered with bruise on my face for training and sparring.
You know what? I can't even tell that you had on makeup. Wow. Incredible. Man, you're very good.
I had to cover it up.
Well, that's okay. A little bruise here and there. That's not going to take away from, it's not going to take away from the complexity of your face. It's still great. You're great.
Yeah, but I'm getting the bruisers training, so I don't have to get them in fights.
Okay.
I'm really hard on myself when training, and when you said about my bout that I didn't get frustrated, so if you saw me training, you've seen how easily I really get frustrated during training, because I don't want to make mistakes, and I hate myself for repeating the same mistakes. And that's basically what you do when you're training. You make mistakes and you learn, but I hate myself for doing mistakes, so I get easily frustrated when training.
So you're a perfectionist then?
Yeah.
Minna Grusander, you OCD just like myself.
But
Wow.
I think that's the power that gets me here. I wouldn't be fighting in Invicta right now if I wasn't like that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Thank God. Thank you, God, for making her a perfectionist, because I get to have this interview with this perfectionist, and I, you know what? I'm very happy talking to you right now. I'm extremely happy. See, you're a positive person, and you changed my mood right now. See, I'm very happy. I'm
Cool.
smiling and everything thanks to you. See,
That's awesome.
see, you do more than affect people inside the octagon. You're affecting people listening to you outside the octagon. See, this is great. I'm going to cherish every second of this. Yeah, I am. I'm going to cherish this. So, okay, so now when you're in training, how long does training last? You know, like usually, like say a typical day for you.
It's a typical day for me. In the morning, I go to the gym with my daughter. She's usually with me there. So I do some light training and play with her at the gym. It takes about an hour and a half for me. And in the evening, when my husband gets home from work, he stays home with kids, and I go back to the gym to get my main training in the evening.
Okay. Now you got to tell your daughter that the coach said stay in school. Okay, that's what you got to tell your daughter. Well, no, I can say that. You know, I work with children all day. I work with a lot of them, so yeah, that's cool. Now, hey, have you ever brought your daughter to a fight?
No, they haven't seen my fights live. If my husband is watching my fight on sometimes that they are awake. Last time my husband was watching my fight and my kids were asleep because it was nighttime in Finland, of course. But if my husband is watching the fight and my kids are there, they are allowed to see me stepping inside the octagon, and they may watch the introduction. It's called introduction. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they will not watch me fighting live because, anything can happen. And even though they've seen me sparring and we can watch the fights together afterwards and they understand the sport, but still, when it's live, anything can happen. So I want to see the fight first, and then I can show it to my kids.
I don't blame you. You're a good mom. Wow. You're
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You are a good mom, and that's something. You know. Yeah, you're not the first fighter I've interviewed to say that they don't let the kids come to the fights. Because I was interviewing a fighter, one of the first interviews I did, and she got knocked out, and her kids were there. So I'm like, man, that might have affected the kids very negatively. So who knows? But you hadn't been getting knocked out. You've been knocking people out. And you've been submitting people. Girl,
Let's keep it that way.
You're a knockout artist. Okay. Are you more powerful with your fist, your feet, or is it just your overall strength?
Overall strength. I'd
Wow.
say it's the overall strength.
Okay. Oh, so what's your best weapon?
I don't know. Actually, I like the fact that I've started in martial arts straight with MMA. So actually, when I've been training, I've been equally training every part in MMA. So it doesn't really matter if you're striking or if you have to go grappling. I know I can handle it, and I'm equally as good in every way.
Okay, you equally good everywhere. Okay. Well, can you tell me how to get out of a Kimura? Because, I had somebody put me in that 2 years ago. I'm going to tell you something. That's the worst feeling on God's green or a Kimura. Like that, it hurts. I mean, how do you get out of that?
Don't get stuck in it.
That's good advice, except for, that's not going to help me if the guy put me in it again,
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, boy, this is bad advice. And I'm asking you because I got confidence in you. And no, this is bad. This is so bad. Folks, y'all hear, you guys hear her. I mean, she can't even help me with this. But, she's knocking everybody out, submitting everybody like crazy. And, yeah, it is an awesome ride. So, where do you see yourself in about 2 years from now?
In 2 years from now, well, in 2 years from now, I've been Invicta champion for at least a year already. Over a year already. In 2 years from now, I'll be defending the belt. Let's see if UFC adds the atomweight division. If they add the atomweight division in 2 years, I'll be UFC champion. If they don't, I'll be Invicta champion in 2 years.
Wow. Wow. Guys, y'all hear it right here. I'm talking to Minna Grusander. Guys, this God Almighty, man. This girl got everything. She got the charisma. She got the confidence. She got the drive. Y'all better follow this girl. As a matter of fact, if you don't know where she is, it's across the screen. So if you can't read, maybe she can tell you how to write it in Finnish. I don't know, but you better follow her because this right here is a star. She's growing, and it's definitely great. It's a great thing. Okay, so
thank you. You're so sweet.
Well, hey, I try. I think you're the first person because I'm kind of a butthole most of the time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I am. That's just how it is. I am. I'm a straight shooter. I say what I think, and I just come right out with it. But yeah, you know what? This is great that you're doing so much, okay, and that you're getting ahead. So, what is your best submission? Like, which one do you like the most? Because you're submitting people anyway, but which one do you like the most?
I like to take the back, so I think it's the rear naked choke. I don't know where it comes from. I just feel like, well, I think and I know that I have the skill to take my opponent's back. I just find my way to her back, whoever she might be. So let's see a rear naked choke.
Okay, rear naked choke, y'all. So if you make her mad, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, you're gonna get the rear naked choke. I always ask this, and most fighters, I've always gotten the same answer. Have you ever had to deal with somebody outside of the octagon that started a little trouble? Have you ever had to, go in there and smack them around?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
And I don't look like a fighter. So whenever I have my face covered with bruises, it feels like I feel like if I looked like a fighter, it wouldn't be that bad to be covered with bruises. If I looked like outside the gym, if I looked like a really tough fighter, people would understand that there's a teeny tiny girl with bruises on her face, and she might be a fighter. She looks like a fighter, but I really don't look like a fighter.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I watch so many fights, I can tell a fighter. I mean, when you get in the octagon, I don't think your opponents think that you're not a fighter when they're tapping out, when they get knocked out.
Yeah, it's totally different thing when I'm inside the octagon and when I'm outside the octagon.
Yeah, I could imagine. I don't think I want to make you mad though. A rear naked choke, man, but that would probably hurt like hell. I'm sure it will. Okay, well that's pretty cool. That's cool. So, and I'm gonna ask you a few more questions, and I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. You said that you were an amateur champion, Finland amateur champion. Wow, how did that feel to win all? How did that feel to win that?
It felt good, of course. I haven't. When I started in amateur MMA, I didn't really have any ideas or plans about getting becoming professional fighter. So I think it was around the time when I won the Finnish championships and made my way to the world championships that I started to thinking about turning to pro fighter after the championships. So when I pretty much reached my goal as an amateur, I already had my goals to become professional and heading to Invicta, and now towards winning the Invicta title. So, of course, it felt good and I was excited, but I knew that I wasn't ready yet.
Okay. But you're ready now, right?
I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
I'm ready when I have defended my title for 12 times or something. I don't know.
I love the honesty. Look at this, guy. She is honest. She's telling y'all like it is. She's not sugarcoating. She's telling you the uncompromised truth. So, if somebody actually they're thinking, hey, I want to start a career in mixed martial arts, I just want to do this. What do they need to do coming from the consummate professional as such as yourself?
Just to go for it. It feels like me having two kids and husband with me. I'm like doing this MMA thing. It haven't really felt or looked that smart choice to do. Like but that's the thing where I have my heart at. So I don't know. Follow your dreams. It has to come from the inside, really. If you want to do something, and if you're trying to make a living out of it, it has to come from the inside and from your own feelings. It cannot be like somebody's telling you that you're good, keep doing it. You have to feel it yourself that you want to keep doing it.
Wow.
Doesn't make any sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Your English is good. I don't know why you said your English not good. Your English is very good.
I don't know if my ideas are that good.
Well, you know what? They got to be good because you are where you are because of how you think. So you've gotten this far. It's always exciting talking to fighters like you. And guys, she just told you, follow your dreams, man. That's just powerful. I'm gonna say that all day this morning when I get it. Follow your dreams, y'all, and you'll be knocking people out just like Miss Grusander is doing. So,
Mrs.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Now, does your husband does he go to the gym sometimes and spar with you? Or?
Yes. He comes to the gym, but we cannot spar together.
Why? I'm curious.
It's just not our thing. No, we cannot train together really.
Oh.
But he trains and he fights in amateur MMA as well when he has time to, because I take all our time to train.
Oh.
So, but yeah, he's training at my gym as well, and we try to take turns.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We had a couple that fight together, they stay together. That's what I'm talking about. I like
yes, it's awesome that he really understands the sport. Actually, he's the one who told me to try MMA. And I couldn't do this if my family wasn't supporting. And if I didn't have a husband that really understands the sport. It really understands the sport. I couldn't do this at all.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome that you have a partner that's going to, support you and help and do what he has to do to make sure that you win. So it's a family. It's a team. You guys are a team.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm enjoying that. Well, and what about your parents? What about your mom and dad? Did they ever come watch your fights, or are they like, I don't want to watch?
No. Well, my mom's been there a couple of times. Actually, when I started, my mom told me that this is not any good hobby for a mom. For me, being a mom of two little children, that I should get a new hobby that was more suitable for a mom. So then I turned pro, so it's not my hobby anymore. I don't know if that's what she meant. That's not what she meant, but yeah, she is really supportive. She's always scared of me getting hurt, of course, either in training or at my fights. But she's really supporting still. And actually, she's the one taking care of my kids when I'm off to training or off to my fights, so.
Really?
I love her.
Well, Mom, thank you. Mom, you motivated her now because of that. Mom, and if you see this video, you got the thumbs up from the coach. The coach thinks you're incredible, Mom.
Yeah, I have a great team. I have a great team in the gym with my two coaches, and I have a great team back at home with my own family and my mom and my brother, who was at Salt Lake City as well. He made it there to watch my fight, so I have great teams everywhere.
Man, guys, I'm excited about this fighter. This fighter's going places. She's definitely doing the thing, and she's. This has been probably, I don't know, it's probably been the most funnest interview I've had all month long. And I do a few of them a month, but Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Lively personality. So the last thing I want to ask you is, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Didn't I just do it? I want to make a shout out to my family, my husband and my mom. They are so supportive, and my kids are my biggest fans. And I have a great team at the gym as well. My two coaches, Alexi and Sami, and I have the whole Finn Fighters gym behind me. There's everybody always helping me. And if I have any question, even the stupid ones, there's always somebody helping me and guiding me forward.
You ask stupid questions. I can't believe that. That never strikes my mind when I'm sitting here talking to you now. Wow. Nah, I don't believe that. I think you just said that. Well, you know what? I've thoroughly enjoyed this, but you got to do one more thing for me. Just one.
What?
Oh, look at that. Look at that. You sound surprised, okay? I want you to sing a song. I'm just kidding. No, I don't want you to sing a song. No, I don't want that. Could you give me a drop? Could you say, hey, my name is Minna Grusander, and you're watching Coach Shelton Harrison?
My name is Minna Grusander, and you're watching Coach Sheldon Harrison.
You know what? That English was perfect. I couldn't even tell you. You know what? I almost think you're from here.